Okay. Hi, it's Stella. I'm just looking at my recording program here, hoping I've got the correct active scene. If not, we're in trouble. Okay, so we are doing this gorgeous baby album. We finished. I don't know if I showed you all of this or not, or if I've done something off camera, and I probably have. I tend to do that. So I think I did this with you. Now I made a little photo mat which pops inside that pocket. Put that on there just so that you know there's an opening there. And that's that one. And that opens. And then we've got those. In here we also have another little pocket which we will fill later with what do you call them? Whoops. Photo mats. Oh, and that one goes that way as well. Okay, that's that. What's happening here? Oh, that's it. Why is that open? Of course it's open, Stella. I just destroyed something. Okay, so the next one. So on the next page, which is the last page, I cut this sheet, so that I can have this piece following on, so you've got the whole picture. So I added this flap, which is 3 5/8 plus half an inch, so 4 1/8. Score at half an inch, and then I glued it to here, matted it with that sweet little chicken, and then I matted this and that with that picture, and it sort of follows on. I just love that kind of thing. And I popped a little tuck spot in there. So we are going to do, well, I have done already, a photo mat. Just going to go in there. In the meantime, we're going to do this one, and we are going to, does that go there or not? No. Not working on the back yet. This piece is going to slip in here and fold over there. So what we've got, excuse me, is 7 inches by 8 1/8, I believe, yes. And I've cut my mats goes there, but I'm not sure about this one. I might change. I might change, or put that one in here. Make it all cow. We'll see. Okay, now also wanted to, oh, excuse me, a dry throat. Add something else to this page. Let me take all my photo mats out. So, I had a piece of scrap, 12 inches, I do believe. 12 inches, yes. So I scored it ½ inch. Then I scored it at 4.5. Then I scored it again at 8.5. So we're going to have this and that. This one is a bit short, but that's fine. I'm good with that. And I don't need to put any magnets on here because I've installed a magnet there, and there's going to be a magnet on here. But first we need to install this one. Decide where it's going to go. I could have it in the middle, could have it at the bottom, could have it at the top. I'm going in the middle. So it goes that way. So we're going to glue the inside of that ½ inch flap. Pop it inside there and fold it over. Crease it well. What am I doing? Burnishing it well. Okay. Then we're going to fit all our pretty mats onto that. Now this one, we're going to pop in the same place. So what did I say this was? 7 by 8.25. Okay, so on the left hand side I scored it ½ inch, then I scored it another ¼ inch, so ½ inch and 3/4, and that's going to give me that ¼ inch gusset there. So we are going to glue this flap again. Carefully slot that in there to the first, just before you get to the first score line, and just make sure that your ¼ inch gusset is there and it's standing up straight, and now we can burnish all that down. That looks like it's not gluing, but it has glued. Some parts of it may seem a bit thick. That's because I'm using a really thick cardstock. So, okay, let's put our little papers in first. Is that going to my front? This front piece, I want it so that it opens. You've got the part of the window there. When you open it up, you've got the second part of the window. I knew there was some sort of method to my cutting. Glue around. Lovely. I'm going to do something different on the front than I would normally just put a decorative paper down. I can't think what it's called. It's not a decoupage. It's not. Oh, it should have gone that way. Oh, bum. And you know, before I placed it, something said, put it there. Something in my head said, put it there. And I disregarded it. Never mind. Right, has this one got any double meaning? Yes, it has. Still trying to think of what it's called when you layer things. There's a name for it. Now that's cute. So, now we want to find out where our magnet goes. So let's grab a magnet. And a piece of tape. just to make sure I've got the correct side of the magnet placed. There we go. Now, again, we've got to make sure that our quarter inch is straight and the page is straight. And I think we're right. Just shimmy that over so it doesn't want to play. Pull it down and across, that's the way. Okay. Oh, I do like to put a bit of tape on this. Oh my gosh, there's a feather. Who's sending me a feather? Who sent me a feather? It's only a wee one, but it's a feather. Someone from heaven is sending me a feather. Is that your mum? It was Mother's Day here on Sunday. I think it's different throughout the world, but I'm really not sure. I'm pretty sure the UK is different. It looks okay. I can't believe I got a feather. I'm absolutely blown away. Of course I do believe in angels and afterlife and stuff like that, and I do believe that they're there. I know for sure that my second son has a guardian angel, because that fella, I tell you, he's got the 9 lives of a cat. I don't know how many more he's got left. What a colourful life. Okay, let's have a look, see how that fits. Oh, yeah. Now let's pop this one in. Don't you love it when it works out? Okay, where are you? And I've had oodles that haven't worked out. Some can be fixed, some can't. And I like to try and fix it if it has gone wrong. Okay. Did I say I had to refill my glue bottle again. I'd used half of it already. Okay, that looks pretty good. Sweetheart. Okay, that's that. Beautiful. And then we'll pop our photo mat inside there. And I am simply going to put this one, I'm just going to put a picture on and maybe have a pocket. Because here I'm going to repeat what I did on the front. I'm going to have all of this plus a waterfall on the back as well. So there's oodles of room for photos in this album. So having so much on here, we're going plain. What shall we do? Shall we go pink? What else have we got? There are anything else. I might have to print out some more. Okay, let me pause you for a second, and it'll literally be a second for you. Okay, I've chosen a green one, which I haven't used before. I actually forgot I had it. So we're going to put that in there. I've been trying to keep my the borders between my deco paper and my page at a consistent size, but it just hasn't worked that way. Just hasn't worked that way. So we are always a little different. Never mind. The focus is on the print, not the details. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now what I also have is this picket fence. Whether I use that or not, I don't know, but what I would need to do is cut all those not sure if I would do that, but it would certainly look nice. So I don't want to put it there with the white background because it just covers everything. So I may not use it. So, okay, here we go with our back cover page. So I'm going to do a lot of trimming here. hope I've got enough paper. So let's just have a look here. The first one I'm going to cut out is this top flap and then the bottom flaps. Okay, so we're going to do them first. And the top flap is 7.5 by 6 3/16. So because I want to save on paper, I'm going to do the shorter size here at 6 3/16. That's 1, 2, 3. And that gives me a larger piece here. By 7.5. It's hard to read. And then we score that one on the 6 3/16 side. At 1/2 inch and 1, 2, 3/8 of an inch. So it's 1/2 inch and then onto 7/8. And burnish that. So that gives us our 3/8 of an inch gusset there. Okay, the bottom flap is also 7.5 and it's exactly the same size. So, and of course that's not going to cut it, is it? 6 3/16. 2, 3. No, of course it's not. By 7.5. And again, we're going to score on the, whoops, with the 7.5 at the top. We're going to score at 1/2, 1, 2, 3, and it just jumped out of the lane. That's so annoying. Just rub that out. Okay, so we've got 2 of them. Now we are going to do the side fold outs, which are these 2. And they are 5 by 7 and 5/16. So let's go for the 5 inches. Actually, I'm going to go the 7 first, which is just 1 off 8. 1/16 off 8. That's 9. 8. So there we go. And cut your cardstock what's the word I'm looking for? Economically as you can. And I'm sure you know that. And this one we score at, with the short side at the top, we score at 1/2 inch down there. Let me just double check that that's all. And a 1/4 inch. So 1/2 inch and then at 3/4. And the next one, same thing. Photo mat. And 5. That's too narrow for anything, so I'm just going to dice that. And down here, again, 1/2 inch. And 3/4. There we go, that's another side flap. Okay, the waterfall we want 9 at 4 3/8 by 3 7/8. So save these for photo mats. Okay, I've got a few cutouts here that might be useful. I'm going to start with a new page, a new sheet, sorry. So, we're going to go with 4 3/8 over this way. That way we can get 3 down here with the 3 7/8. So we'll go 4 3/8. Oops. 4 3/8 is 1 2 3/8. I can't see. 1 2 3/8. Get there. Thank you. Make sure it is straight. And 4 1 2 3/8. Let's just see what this is. Not useful for here. So 3 7/8. not. Oh, hang on, what's this? Okay, we've got some scraps in here. That one will be useful. Four and 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Not quite. Okay, 3 and 7/8. Okay, that's 7. Eight. Hang on. That was 3 and 7/8, so now we want 4 and 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 9. So let's get our scoreboard out. And they're going this way. So with the shorter side across the top, we are scoring at 1/2 inch. Got glue stuck to my fingers. I love waterfalls. And I'm going to be doing this one the same as I did the other. I'm going to have an image that will go straight down. Okay. So let's just get in here and burnish those folds. Well, I've only got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There it is. 8. 9. Okay, so let's see what we did there. Okay, we backed it up, and then so let's back it up first. Hang on a sec. Hang on there, hang on. We don't back it up first, we put our flaps in. Don't get ahead of yourself, Stella. So we get our top and bottom flaps in, and then our side flaps. What are you doing? You need this. Wake up. Okay. Yeah, one of those days when I got up too early in the morning. Okay, I can cover these first or pop them in first. Let's cover them first. So let's get some measurements here. We are going with 6 inches by 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 5/8. It is 6, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And that's the same, so we need 4. Just double check that that is the same, and it is. Okay. So we're going with that one. That fits? Oh no, too narrow. We'll do a pink one and we'll do a blue one, so I have to print out another. Sorry about this. Okay, I've chosen my papers. Let's start off. These are the ones I'm using. Pink one, yellow bunny, and that blue. So let's start with the blue. And our mat should be 6 3/8. Oh, previous measurement, 6 5/8. Silly me, it was 5/16. 5/16. God, I need a new camera. Anywho, 6 3/8 by 6. So we need 4, because they're all the same. Okay, I am going to put this one first. I just need to start with a clean upper edge. Okay, across we need 6 inches. Let me just double check. Yep, because I wrote that way instead of that way. Bit confusing. So which part of this do we want? Okay, which part of this do we want? I like Little Farmer, so we need 6 3/8. Let's go 6 and 1, 2, 3/8. So what do we lose? We lose a little bit of the cow, but we get Farm Toys, Little Farmer, and we get these. I like that. Okay, are these going to fit here? Of course not. Oh, yeah. A little bit long there. So, what have you done? Do you know what? 6 3/8 by 6. That just confused me. I'm easily confused. So I want 6 3/8 across. It looked like 6 3/8. And it was. So, no, we don't want 6 3/8. We want, holy moly, cross is 6. By, gosh, and the 3/8 is the bottom, yeah. Because it was sideways on to my visual, I just couldn't see it. Couldn't see it. So what we wanted was 6. Beautiful. By 6 3/8. 1, 2, 3. 6 3/8. What are we losing here? Losing some of the animals. I might take off a little bit at the top. And 3/8, so I'm not losing quite so much of the little animals. Yes. Okay. Let's do the little duck. See, I'm not straight. This is just ludicrous. Absolutely is just ludicrous. It's so not straight. What I need is a higher chair, I think. Okay, we've got 6 across. Excuse me. I want the duck. How much of the duck do we want? Let's go cut that out completely, or not. I'd like some of the bookcase, so let's go with up there. That's our first cut. As long as we've got her little tail. And then it is 6. by 6 by Stella 6 3/8. Thank you. I might take a smidgen off the carpet, a little rug. And then 6 3/8. Better be the same size, and it is. So that's that lot. Actually, I'll put this on this lot so that I've got that measurement, because you know me. Now we are going to go with this one. Get some pink in there. It is better to just take all those borders off before I figure out what's what I want, what I don't want. Now, do we want the animals or do we want the curtains? I'm going for up here. So let's, our length is 6 3/8. 1 2 3/8. And our width is 6. So we either take that side, or we take, let's see what that gives us. Oopsie daisy. I'm going to go this way because I squashed that. I love the window views. I really like that. Okay. One more, and we are going with our, we're going with our bunny, or we're going with our horse. One of these is going on my waterfall, and I'm leaning towards this one. That would be nice on the waterfall, mind you, so will she. But we're going to go with this one. No, you didn't cut enough off there, girl. Okay, 6 inches. We could get all of that in. Pretty much all of that in if we went this way. Cut off her little tail. I just want to take off another excuse me, 1/8 of an inch there. Oh my goodness, I need a drink of water. So let's go with the 6 inches, and we're just taking off a little bit of a patootie there. So cute. Right, 6 3/8. Let's just take a smidgen off the bottom first before we go anywhere. And then 6 3/8. Make sure that's straight because I was a bit concerned with the cut. Yep, that's all right. Okay, so let's pop them on. Excuse me. Now the other one has a pig and a horse behind, so I might put the horse behind the bottom one. This is the bottom. Just right. Bottom. So when that opens up, that's what we see. Oh my goodness. There's a little bit of wooden. I'm going to put another piece. Let's just try and save a little bit of my glue. Okay. Good grief. Oh, here we go again. Oh no, there you are. Remember I lost it? It was on the floor on this side. So you go at the bottom, you go that way. Oops. Sometimes the glue comes out finely, and then sometimes you get great globs. Nobody likes a glob. Okay, in front of the horse we are going to have this one. For no other reason than that's the one that was up, facing up. Whoa. Pretty strong, that tape. Good thing I'm using thick cardstock. Well, this isn't really. bottom one and the top. I'm going to put our little duck on the front page. Okay, ooh, upside down. There we go. You've been a bit player so far, now you've got a starring role. No, please tell me I didn't need magnets. I did need magnets. Magnet. Ah, shoot, I did need a magnet. On here. I needed one on here. Well, it's about 1.5 inches from the bottom. So we need to put a magnet here. And we have to do this one again. That's okay, I can probably use it somewhere. I'll just add this to another page somewhere. Bummer. Or I'll just tear that off. Is that going to tear? It's not. I'm going to print this one out again. I'll just print that one out again. Be back in just a jiff. Which one is it? That's sorry, couldn't fuff all this. Okay, we're printing out another one now. Page 26. with you for a moment. I always forget a magnet. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Got some overhang there, but that's okay, easy fixed. So let's take off that backing tape. Add our little spots of glue. Oops. Push over that overhang. There we go. See a little bit of a lift there, so let's pop our glue just under there, give it some more. Okay, so I'm going to pop this in first. Am I? Yes, I am. We're popping that in first. Exactly where we did it. Level with the white sheet there. And centered. So I'm folding it over so that I've only got the half-inch flap on the back. Oh, I blew my feather away. Oh, there you are. Oh, I can't believe I got a feather. It's a sign from heaven. Okay, centering it as best I can. Standing up here without getting my head in the frame. Okay, so we're going to have to put this one in first before I put my next photo in, because we have to work out where our magnet goes. actually. Which one is it? No, it's this one. We are going to have that on the upper. So we need to cut our little horse again. Trim that later. Don't have to be exact. What's the width? 6, is that right? Yep, 6. I am going to take a fraction beyond the 6. And we'll take some of this off. Doesn't matter if it's not exact. And then we're going 6 3/8. Going a fraction above that. So now we're going to pretend we've got nothing here, and we are going to fix this. That's good. I'll just put it to my side so I can see better what we're doing. We need to keep that straight up. What can I put under there? That's good. Glue. Take that out. Straight and straight. And I hope that is right. And just shimmy that across. Of course it didn't work. I will put this under here. It needs a bit of pressure. It's better. That's straight, and that is straight. That is straight. Shimmy that across. No! That is straight. That is straight. That is straight, and that is as straight as I'm going to get it. And you should shimmy. Come on, shimmy. Yes. getting cross. I am getting cross. Straight, straight, and straight. So I'm going to hold on to this for a little bit because I think my tape is not working anymore. So we're reliant on the glue. So in the meantime, while that is, whoops, doing its thing, we'll tape this. Oh, did I mean to do that so quickly? Shimmy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So let's take that off. Because you're useless anyway. Come on. I put so much glue on it, it's just not going to come off. Yep. Good. Oops. Let's just put a bit more glue. Okay. Whoops. Whoops, whoops. Yeah, slightly off there. Cool. Lovely. Oops. My tin has got stuck. So, now we need to put the doors in, these. So, that's that way. Folding those gussets flat, and let's do some measure. 4 inches by a blunt pencil by 7 3/4. Now I'm assuming they are all the same. Yep. That's too narrow. That's too narrow. Damn. printed this one. So I'm going to pause you just for a sec while I grab another piece of paper. Okay, I printed out this one here, which is, as you can see, a combination of pink and blue. Okay, the length has to be 7 3/4. So we'll trim off a little bit off the top. We still get most of the pennant. Okay, I want to make it a whole picture, so we'll go 4 inches. Which side are we going to have? This side or that side? I'm going to go this side for a change. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Yeah. 4 inches. And 4 inches. So that goes that way. Cool. That one. Oops. We're a little bit crooked on this side, unfortunately. let's put these babies in. Again, I'm going to fold up. Oh, what I am going to do, which I should have done with the top and bottom, is mitre these corners. Just up to, again, just up to the 1/2 inch score mark. And this is going, centre it right on the edge of that white background paper. Excuse me. Okay, I've got a bit of thickness there. What I could do is if you're going to do this, be ultra careful. I could just run that knife and pick that off. That's it. Okay, now we need the backing page. I want to get as close to the edge with this one as I can. So we are going with 6 5/8. 6 5/8. By 7 7/8. Oh, we've got these as well to cover, so I'm going to be printing out more by the looks of it. This is the beauty thing about digital papers, is you can print out as many as you want, whereas buying the pads you're limited to 12 or 24 or 36, depending on the brand, I guess. So it needs to be 7 7/8 tall. So let's take off 7 7/8. I think I'm going to have the toys this time rather than the window. 7 7/8. By 6 5/8. 6 5/8. What are we going to cut away? Cut away this part. So happy with that. Make sure it fits well. Beautiful. My husband outside doing the bins. Let's put some glue, some tape. Wait, we've got an overhang. I'm going to put 3 pieces of tape on this one. Let's just trim that off, just in case I forget to fold it in. It's quite possible. It looks about right. I don't think it matters, it'll go either way. That's good. Now I can't remember what these measurements were, so we'll have to start from scratch. Something around 4, wasn't it? Yeah, 4 inches by 7 3/4, maybe just under 7 3/4. Okay, let's do those two. I don't really want the hind end of a donkey. Excuse me. Oh, that's my cover. That's that. Excuse me, I've just got to wipe my nose. Okay, I printed out this little spot one, rather like this. Just print out as you need, which is good. So we need a 4, let's get 7 3/4 done first, just to make sure we've got enough. Yep. So now we want 4 inches. Twice. Spare piece. The album's getting quite heavy. One strip right down the middle. Oh, you do that every time. Why do you do that? I need to chill. I'm trying to rush so I don't keep your attention for too long, but then you can always sign off. You can always close me down if you're tired of it. But I hope you don't, obviously. Here we go again. I don't like you. I know I said before I like that tape, but I've changed my mind. I am going to keep this video going, I think, with the cover, and I'm not going to do another one. I'm not going to make another part. There we go. Okay, now the all-important waterfall. I can't remember how I did it before. So I'm just going to go and have a look. Excuse me. A swig of water. I put them on first. So and then covered them. That looks centered. Pretty much does. I'm not centering it with this paper, I'm centering it with the score line, just in case this paper is a little bit off, which it can be. I'm not putting it on the score line, I'm just using that as a guide for centering. It would probably help if I had a look at that way. You need to step out. If I wanted to be more elaborate with the waterfall, I would have made slits in this backing so that I could pop the flaps in underneath, and I would have had to do that before actually putting the page in place, the backing paper in place, obviously. It looks like this one was cut just a tad short. Squeaking on the table. Not too many to go now. The detector inspector is here. Checking our gas. Okay, let's really burnish these creases down. Now we are going to have our bunny rabbits and toys. Probably going to lose a little bit of ear, but that's okay. So the width is going to be, 4 1/4. Let's do that first. The 4 1/4. Just getting rid of my borders. Again, I keep forgetting to do borderless. Not that it really matters. Not that it really matters at all. Unless I was doing a full A4. Then I would bother. Right, what did I say, 4 inches? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I said 4 1/4. So let's have a look. 4 1/4. Let's put a little mark there. 4 1/4. We can lose. We're going to lose a little bit of ear regardless of what we do. So, what do we want to lose? A bit on either side. So that one looks. I wish I had another ruler. Okay, 4 1/4. Just go straight up there. I think we've got pencil mark. So that's our 4 1/4. Now we need this side 4 1/4. That is pretty much straight. I think my blade's getting blunt. Okay, now we need it by we're measuring from, let me just show you what we're measuring. Measuring from the top to the bottom, and we want 7 1/8, but we're not going to cut that. We need that 1/4. So we cut 3 1/4. I'm going to go, I don't want to cut her off, so I'm going to keep her little head there and cut this bit off. So I've got more than the length that I need. So this needs to be 3 1/4. This is the first piece. 3 1/4. Then 1/2 inch. And oh gosh, I hope that is 1/2 inch. Yeah, it is. It is. Keep them in order. And you need 8 pieces. 2, 3. 4. 5. 6. 7 and 8. So we have to keep them all in order to keep our picture straight. Make sure that first picture is absolutely as straight as you can do, because everything comes off that one. Okay. Good. favourite parts is creating unusual elements. Ooh. That's about right, I think. And I think this is an unusual element. I love it. If you like unusual elements and a lot of interactive stuff, have a look at my YouTube for Sunflowers and Art, I think it's called. I did a massive album with lots of unique pages inside. Nearly finished. Last piece. Oops, we should be over a bit. Can we squish you over? I don't think so. Okay, there we've got our pretty picture. I just love that. Okay, now we're going to do the strap. And oh, Stella, you forgot to put a magnet. What is it with you and magnets? What, you don't like them? No, I don't. I do not like magnets. So I just need to get that cut about here. What am I going to do? I'm just actually going to pop the magnet on the underside. There's nothing much I can do about it. Okay, and I'm going to use about, what are we going to go? We're going to go 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. Sounds good to me. And then we are going to score down from the long side. At 1/2 inch. The piece goes up like that. So that goes in there, and that one's going to go there. So let's do the magnet thing. tape here. And what are we going to cover it with? We've got lots of cut out bits. I hate getting glue all over my scissors. Okay, and that needs to be trimmed to about there. I'll just use the big trimmer. I'm a bit short on the top, but I'm not fussed because I'm going to put an embellishment on there. So, don't worry. And I think we might just put this. So we'll trim that there and we'll trim it here. Where's my other trim mark? There it is. Good. So let's take that off. Put some glue around there. Okay, let's put the bottom in. Make sure we are inside that score line, as straight as I can make it. Could probably put another piece of this on there. Okay, now I need to put a magnet down. Shimmy that across. That's good. Oops, a daisy. Lovely. But let's see if it does. That's what I want. Or do I? No, we want that way. That's good, I like that. So, in here, because I made a boo-boo, we're just going to put something. Actually, I'm just going to do a strip to cover the magnet, that's all. That's all I need. Oops. Because I made a boo-boo. I need to do a stop sign. Stop. Our magnet's needed. This is working out quite well. And let's just take off that little bit. So let's have a look, see what we've got here. Doesn't matter. That one. Well, I'm happy. And we are going to put some strips in between here. So we'll get to that. Why is my hair caught in there? Thank you. Okay, it's quite hefty. So, what I'm going to do on the front, I've printed out 2 of these. I've trimmed it down, and I am going to actually put some contrast paper, I suppose, on here before I put this down. And then I'm going to cut. This is done and printed with 160, and this is printed with 250 GSM. It's all paper, it's not cardstock. I'm going to cut out the elements from here and lift them onto here. That makes sense? So maybe we should leave that for another video, because I've taken up 2 hours and 15. And we've got our back page. It's just gorgeous. Okay, it's a long vid. It's a long project, but I've loved every minute. I hope you've stuck with me. I really appreciate it. And if you like it, how about clicking like? If you haven't subscribed to me, I'd love it if you subscribed. It really helps my channel grow. We're a slow grower. Okay, that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next part. And keep well and stay safe. Bye for now.